Dear family, let me share with you a picture from nature that carries a profound spiritual truth. It is about the cow and the buffalo when there is a storm emerging. It is said that they both have an ability to sense a storm when it is coming, but the way they respond to this storm makes a huge difference. When the storm clouds together, the cow tries to run away from the storm. It senses the danger, and in fear it begins to flee. But because the storm is faster, it eventually catches up with the cow. And the sad part is this: by running away, the cow stays under the storm longer than necessary. What was supposed to be a passing season becomes a prolonged suffering because of fear and avoidance. On the other hand, the buffalo does something remarkable. When it senses the storm, it turns and runs into the storm. At first glance, this looks very foolish. Why would the buffalo run into trouble? But here is the wisdom that God placed in the buffalo that we too human beings should take from. By facing the storm head on, the buffalo passes through it more quickly. It endures for a shorter time and emerges stronger on the other side. While this time, the cow will be running and soaked in the storm. Now, think about this in the light of your own life. Storms are inevitable. Even Jesus himself said in John chapter 16 verses 33, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." We cannot escape the storms of life, this is true. Seasons of loss, trials, setbacks, or rejection. We can't avoid this. They will come. But how we respond determines how long we remain under them. Some of us live like the cow. When hardship comes, we try to avoid it. We numb ourselves, we hide, we deny, we complain. And then what happens? The storm still catches us, and it stays with us longer because we refuse to face it with faith. Like Israel in the wilderness, instead of stepping into the promised land with courage, they wandered in circles for 40 years. It wasn't supposed to take 40 years, but it did. Avoidance delays destiny. But God is calling us to have the heart of the buffalo, to turn around, face the storm, and run into it, not in our own strength, but with the assurance that he goes before us. Isaiah 43 verses 2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I'll be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you." Notice it doesn't say if you pass, but it says when, because it will happen. The storm will come, but the promise is that God himself will walk through it with you. Think of the disciples also on the lake when the storm broke out. They were terrified, but Jesus stood and rebuked the wind and the waves, and there was great calm. He did not abandon them to the storm. He revealed his authority in the storm. The same Jesus is with you. If you dare to face the storm, you will discover that you are not running into it alone. You are running with the one who commands the winds and the waves. And here is the beauty, dear beloved. Storms are not just obstacles, they are also opportunities. Look at it this way. Job, after walking through the fierce storm of his life, declared in Job chapter 42 verses 5 that my ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. He was a completely different person after the storm of his life, after his experiences. The storm brought him into deeper intimacy with God. The storm was the place of his transformation. So dear friend, dear family, do not run away from what God is allowing you to face. Do not let fear make you prolong your suffering. Run into it with faith. Face whatever you're going through with courage, because on the other side of that storm, there is testimony. On the other side of that storm, there is growth. On the other side of that storm, there is glory. The cow runs away and suffers longer, but the buffalo runs into the storm and emerges stronger. Choose today what you want to be, a cow or a buffalo. Maybe that's why they call those who are weak and frail cowards. I don't know how they would call those who are strong, but I think they are buffaloes. Choose your destiny today, depending on how you face your challenges and the storms of your life. All I can say is move forward, face your fears, face your storms, and ask Christ to be with you.